Hello? Okay, so we are going to be doing an intergenerational conversation about climate change. The main goal of this is just to see how we can all connect, how we can help everybody here who is a little bit older than us, and how you guys can help us, and how we can work together, because climate change is a very complex issue and it needs everybody from every background, from every age, every gender, everything. So we're gonna start with introductions of who we are and how we got involved in this effort. Yeah. I can start. My name is Mia Perales. I am a sophomore environmental engineering major at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. I got started in this work pretty heavily in high school. I was a part of an organization called Students for Sustainability. I was a board member. Through that efforts, I did a lot of legislative work, so organizing students to go to the Capitol, to lobby for different efforts. That's actually how I got involved in CCL. We had the former Nebraska state coordinator, Jennifer Glazer. You guys know her. She's an awesome woman. She kind of just told us everything that CCL does, all their efforts, and that's how I got involved. From there, I went to the national conference in DC that year. It was amazing. I got to meet so many cool people. I stayed involved throughout my freshman year of college. I went to the last regional conference in October of last year, and then this national conference in the summer. So yeah.
Hi, my name is Jackie Petro. I grew up in Bellevue, Nebraska, and I'm now attending school with Mia in Lincoln at the University of Nebraska. So I first got involved in environmental things probably about my junior year of high school, also with Omaha Students for Sustainability, which is a great organization and kind of, I mean, I think we kind of had similar like it's a great organization, and we get involved with a lot of like Omaha area environmental groups, and getting to like start in that activism has caused me to declare my majors in environmental studies and political science at the university. So for CCL, I had gone to like just a couple meetings here and there. And then because of SFS, I was able to attend the June lobbying conference in DC, which of course is such an amazing experience. And so here we are.
So my name is Lisa. I'm a junior in high school. I attend Henning High School. It's very central Minnesota. My journey with this kind of started in February of this year. I was in my library looking for more information about environmental science, and my librarian informed me that most of our books are donated through West Central Initiative, which is another organization for environmental things. If you're from that area, you probably know. And I talked to a climate officer who works there, and she invited me to an Earth Day event in April. And I got there and I wanted to help volunteer, and I met so many people. And I ended up meeting a woman from CCL, and she kind of told me what it was about, and immediately I was intrigued and wanted to know more. So I signed up, and then after that I started tabling and learning more and meeting more people after it, and now here I am at this regional conference.
Hi everyone, my name is Mia Perales. I'm originally from Nigeria. I moved to the United States 2 years ago to study my master's program at North Dakota State University. Back in Nigeria, I used to be very passionate about environmental studies. I was actually thinking I was going to do my major would be in environmental study, but then I was more intrigued about agriculture because at the point my dad used to own a very big farm, so I used to help out, and in a way I saw how climate is very important in agriculture, so I kind of lean towards sustainable agriculture. And I had the opportunity to join a cohort, which was more of an externship with the National Geographic Society and the Nature Conservancy. So that was more of like my international experience to what environmental sciences and how it's kind of related to humans and also agriculture per se. So I kind of lean towards the agricultural part of climate, and then I did plant pathology. And if anybody knows about plant disease, it's very affected. So there are three major things that cause disease: the organism, the pathogen, and also the environment. And you need to have the right temperature to actually get disease. So I'm more kind of curious about that part. So that was how I continued my journey in that area. And joining CCL actually kind of stumbled upon some information out there online because I'm very curious. I ask a lot of questions, and so part of my sourcing for information about environmental things, I kind of stumbled about CCL, and at that time I like to go to conferences, so there was a scholarship to attend the CCL conference in DC for the conservative conference. So I applied for that. I'm kind of really putting up my experience together to write an essay to apply for that, and I got that. So I went to the program in Washington, DC, and I met a lot of very good people, and who now I call family. I met Linda. She connected me with someone that I can't remember his name. Yeah, Richard. Both of them really helped me put together more funds to actually afford my stay in DC, which was really nice. And after that, it's been more than a family, and she really kept up with me. And that was how, even when I moved from North Dakota to Iowa State, she helped me connect with people in Iowa. And it's been an amazing experience so far. So thank you so much for having me here.
One point that was made was the like financial contribution of CCL and how that has helped a lot of students, especially the scholarships. And I would like to say, at least for me, I know for Jackie as well, we were able to go to the national conference in DC because of CCL donations and because of the support and helping us get funds from other organizations. So just thank you if you have ever helped a student get to DC. It is very impactful. It is very eye-opening, and your funds are being used for something extremely beneficial. So thank you. So for our next question, we're going to be talking about what our favorite memory that we've had with CCL or one of the favorite things that we've done so far.
So I would say for me, my first experience with CCL was just amazing. And to start with, so when I got to the program in DC the first time, I was pretty lost because I felt I wouldn't fit in because there was a lot of people will be above my age range, and I was not so sure how to really relate with them. But then Brett handled a program. It's more about lobbying 101 or something like that. And it's kind of really helped set that platform to kind of really start out how to engage with people and even talk to people about climate issues or topics. So that really was an eye opener for me. And one particular experience was when I went lobbying with all the CCL people at the EO. That was really amazing. I get to meet a lot of highly influential people, the Senate representative, and it would definitely go down memory lane with me. So thank you very much for that.
Okay, I would say my favorite experience with CCL is the one I'm experiencing right now. I haven't had a long journey with CCL, but it's been really great to be here with all of you. And I've learned so much information and talking to everyone, and I've gotten so much advice and resources from you guys. And it's really great to just have conversations like this, and everyone here is so kind, and it's a very educational experience, and I can't wait to bring it home.
Um, I, I would say, my favorite experience with CCL, is definitely during the summer, like our lobby day, and I feel like that's a common experience for a lot of people. But specifically, I think just like being like on Capitol Hill and like in the buildings and just like watching like aides like walk around and like talk in like their little hushed tones.
Yeah.
And then like we're hearing little snippets where and you're like, it's our future, like, it's like, ooh, like, I don't know, it was like really exhilarating to have that experience. And then obviously the meetings were really cool too. But just like, I think that created like an atmosphere where we were just like, there were high expectations.
I also second what Jackie said. Lobby Day is such an exceptional experience. Being able to be at the Capitol and just to talk to our representatives, to talk to their aides, it's a really wonderful thing. And it's an experience that without CCL, we wouldn't be able to do. I also second that this regional conference is it's a really cool experience because we get to connect more on a personal level. And we get to know each other a little bit more, and for us, like, we are all pretty new within this, in this environmental world. And to see all of you that have all this experience and all these accolades and to learn from all the work that you've done, it's very exciting and it's very inspiring. And also everybody in CCL is just so warm and, warm and welcoming. Sorry, I combined those together. I think like when I'm here, it feels like I've just gained all these grandparents. Everything is so kind and so nice.
At least she didn't say great grandparents.
We're cutting you out of
You guys are his but truthfully, thank you for just being so welcoming to us and to wanting to get to know us and to teaching us everything. We really, really appreciate it. So now we're gonna open up the floor for any questions.
Yeah, I just have to respond to what you said, and since I'm sitting up here in the front, I'm just gonna do you want me to grab the microphone? Yeah, so thanks for being here, and just to put an exclamation point on that, I mean, you expressed a lot of gratitude for CCL providing you with the assistance to get to Washington DC and to participate in this, and I gotta say, from the bottom of my heart, it just brings me great joy to have your generation here working alongside us grandparents, those old people, because I mean, the old people might have created this problem, and we darn sure should be working hard to help mitigate the problem. But we need your generation involved, and it's just really heartwarming to have you guys here, working with us. So thank you.
I just want to echo what Mark just said. It's great to have you here, and I'm harkening back to what the students said that we were able to take, or we were able to enable to get to DC, where I met Jackie and Mia in person last year. So some of you know that 5 young Iowans went to DC and we raised money for it and through GoFundMe. And I just want to say that those kids have talked about how impactful it was. And I think that's what Mark was saying too. it's so impactful, and that's why it's really neat to see you here and see people go there, and I really hope that I can be, if anybody wants to brainstorm about other ways to get young Midwesterners, young North Winds members or CCLers or young people to DC, I'd be happy to help with that.
Sounds like a committee.
Sounds like a question too, of how would we, how do you think we could do better at reaching out to more youth and more people your age?
So a lot of people, when they hear that I'm a part of CCL, they get really scared. They're like, climate, like, what are you doing? And I think, climate change is like scary topic for a lot of people. And it's kind of hard to get a conversation going, especially for, at least where I'm from, it's really hard. Because nobody wants to hear about that. So I think that also part of the reason why we don't have a lot of people, because it's kind of scary, but once you start learning about it, it isn't. So I think if we had more education, like in areas like mine, and more informative ways to learn about that in a way that isn't scary, that would be really helpful.
What did the woman that got you excited say to you?
Well, I was already kind of all about it, but she kind of started explaining about future opportunities. She said I could have this could be helpful for like college, or like it can be an opportunity to go to places like Washington DC. And for me, that's like really inspiring me to hear that it will take me far in life, and it's not just we sit down and talk about climate. And then it's also really cool to hear that people like us can just talk to Congress or just talk to senators just like that, and we can make a change. And I think it's hard to believe something like that can happen easily with CCL. So.
I think like kind of building on that, I would say like. Framing it kind of as like a hands-on experience, like definitely talking about like there are all these opportunities. And then in addition, like. It's like telling, like making it clear that like you're there to help them. So like for me, I was a part of Omaha Students for Sustainability, and so we did a lot of fundraising, like just the organization every year does for the trip. And so I, like going in, I was told like this will be fully funded for, like you don't have to pay for it. And so that's like a huge relief as someone going to college. And so I think like being clear that like being very supportive in that way, and just like being like, okay, like we can help. Cause like we worked pretty hard, like we hosted a concert, and like we had a bunch of people to attend, and then we also like I ran a GoFundMe and like emailed it to different people around. And so it wasn't like easy to get there, but going in, I knew that like we were going to meet that goal, and it helped that Mia had done it the year before. Yeah, so I think like talking about like hands-on experiences and like hands-on lobbying, in like a not scary way. but like saying like look, there's like stuff for you out there, we want you there. And then also like when you talk about those experiences, like saying like we will give you everything you need to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, what you think your story is about how you learned about climate change. Was it something that you grew up knowing about, or is something recent, and what made you aware, and in a non-scary way?
So for me, I guess it didn't really start with climate change, but I was always very aware of the pollution in my community. I grew up in South Omaha, which is a predominantly Hispanic community, and there's a meat packing plant there. So growing up, seeing all the pollution, learning that my community pollution, the smell from the meatpacking plant is very prevalent. But if I drive 10 miles west to a predominantly white community, it's a lot nicer. We don't have those smells. The infrastructure looks a lot nicer. You know, the roads are better. So I think for me, that really made me curious of why we have those disparities and why there are so many drastic differences. We have a community, it's in North Omaha, which is predominantly a Black community. There's a coal power plant there. When I was in high school, initiative that we led in Students for Sustainability was getting education and going to the Omaha Public Power District board meetings to ask them to shut down that coal plant, to educate people that the Omaha people that live in North Omaha are 3 times more likely to have asthma, that they die at earlier ages. So I think for me, it really started with the health perspective of why are these communities of color more at risk and why are these major polluters put into these communities? So that's how I got really motivated to do research, to learn about these things, to educate myself. I got really involved in various environmental organizations, and that's ultimately why I wanted to go into engineering, because I really like how it takes a proactive approach to the problems that we're facing from climate change. It's not just saying, oh, we have a problem, I wish I could do something about it. It's, well, we can do something about it. And that's what I really like about CCL is we can lobby, we can go to DC, we can talk to our representatives, we can advocate for, you know, a carbon tax, all these different things. So, yeah.
Honestly, I mean, second all that, like, I think once I like. A lot of the like health perspective and like the impact, the real impact on people in Omaha especially. And like learning about that through SFS was one of the reasons I like got more deeply involved. I do also know like as a kid, I remember being in like second grade, this might be a false memory, but I remember being in like second grade and we were watching Bill Nye the Science Guy, and there was a clip where somebody like took a disc or something, I don't know what they were doing, but it was just like a hand taking a disc, and I have this vivid like picture of like this hand taking the disc and then Bill Nye the Science Guy being like, this is an environmental scientist. And I remember being in second grade being like, that's gonna be me. And so I think like from a young age, it was like, this is a really big issue that we need to address. And I think probably because of like my parents, they definitely like, we would talk about that as a family, from a young age. So I think that was a big one for me as well.
Okay, so how I kind of learned about climate change and what kind of got me more empowered or more active about it. It wasn't really like a big empowering story like that or anything. It was more of a like see this on the media and then I'd wonder, and then I'd be like, okay, let me just kind of ignore that for now, you know? And I think a lot of people do that. And then I started hearing more and more. And then one day in my science class, I remember my professor, he taught us about like this garbage vortex that's in the ocean somewhere. And I remember hearing that and I was like, what do you mean? Like, how did I get there? And so I was really intrigued about all this pollution and why it's just there and what we can do about that, because I kind of like in my own world, I know that's not right at all, and that's not what the earth was meant to be, and it definitely should be restored. And so that's kind of when last year I started looking for classes that I can take, and I remember seeing environmental science, and I was like, okay, well that has to do with the environment probably. So let me get a book about it, and then a year later now I'm here. So it was more of a curiosity and trying to learn more about it and trying to see if I could fix that or help somehow, and I can.
I would say like for me, it's more of a similar aspect with what a lot of them kind of share. So I would say from a young age, that kind of really, at a point, people I know experience famine and that's flooding, a lot of natural disaster. And at that time, we never thought it was something, we kind of felt like it was normal to kind of experience that. So I kind of stumbled into my passion for environmental science while I was in school. So basically, they kind of teach you. I mean, so my attraction to climate study or climate um, education is more about it's through agriculture per se because basically that was what I grew up knowing about. And like I mentioned earlier, my dad used to be he used to own a farm, so I have seen how disease can impact um means of livelihood and even because it affects us personally because we are the producers of this commodity, but then we don't get to meet the target to supply to people. So now it's not just us as a producer, even people who are expecting produce from us do not get that. And in a way, not as pronounced farming, but then it's that level you can't have what you want at that time. So now for me, I kind of start to think about sustainable agriculture, about providing the right quantity, the right quality of food in the right quantity. So most times when I write a lot of my essay, that's how I put it. And that's what resonates to me personally. And the more I kind of try to understand what sustainable agriculture mean now and what it could mean in the future, I kind of see that climate really play a very big role in that. And that's really core point for me to kind of really in my own way try to understand how I can, leverage climate to kind of make agriculture more sustainable. So that's
I have a question. So
You're in high school still.
Yes.
And that's my question. What's being taught in our high schools and our middle schools about climate change, about sustainability?
So for me, it's probably not, my answer probably wouldn't be as common as most because I do go to a very, very rural school. So our access to education in general is very small and very limited. But what I can say is, Cedar Walters is a person from West Central Initiative, and not only have they donated different books, but they've also started a system that we use after, like during breakfast and lunch, where we compost our food and also have like plastic, paper, and all the recycling. So once people are curious about like, well, why do I have to go through this whole system to get rid of my tray? Then it's kind of like, well, to help the environment, and then it's just like, oh, I guess, But a lot of the people in my school, and I think just because, again, since it's so rural, it's not it's not much of a curiosity. And when it comes to other environmental things, our school does have an environmental science class that I think is taken in 7th grade, but I'm not sure how serious that was because I wasn't in the school at the time. And then we do have an FFA program that was brought up again last year. So a lot of students get involved in that, Future Farmers of America, if you're not familiar. But that is a great gateway to agriculture. Again, like in my school, it's not really highly thought of, that kind of thing. But once people do get involved and they see the opportunities, they want to be involved even more and they want to go further and they take that really far. And a lot of the students and families of our school are farmers themselves. So we have like that basic understanding when it comes to that. But our school doesn't really teach this whole climate change thing. It might get brought up in a textbook, but it is kind of just ran over and it's just like, oh, yep, the world is like really hot right now, it's gonna get hotter, but that's fine. There's also this. So it's, a lot of things get skipped over, and I guess it just really, depends like where you're at. I'm sure if you were to attend a bigger high school that had more variety of classes, you might get a better education, but not in my school. So I hope that answers the question.
I would like to.
To a certain extent, one of the things that we're really concerned with is educating youth. And I'm just curious. Statewide, does anybody know of any classes that are taught in the high school systems?
I don't, in Decorah, they have a great program called Envirothon, and I think a lot of the in Decorah, Iowa, they have a very active Envirothon program, and a lot of the Envirothon programs, I think, are more agriculture FFA based. This one in Decorah is taught by the coach is a retired science teacher, so it's very environmentally focused. That's more like a club and enrichment.
Yeah, it's an
thing.
extracurricular.
Yeah, but is everybody aware that the youth action team has a curriculum? I don't know. Maybe you know the status of that?
Yeah, it's available through
Yeah.
our youth action team.
So you can go to the youth action team and you can, I mean, students can ask for it, I think. I tried to do a presentation and it kind of we haven't gotten it to go anyplace, but,
Brett would be able to speak more. to
oh, good,
curriculum.
good.
I'll just be very brief, yeah, so Sharon Fagetel, the Masonry, she's doing a youth action team. If anyone does wanna try to bring it into their community, you can just go and Google right now, Youth Climate Change Curriculum CCL. It's right there for download, there's a 15-part lesson that's geared for middle school age learners. But obviously it can be ramped up and ramped down a little bit with the curriculum design, and it uses En-ROADS heavily, actually. So a lot of the middle section is really bringing in the solutions for En-ROADS. There's a whole part around issues-based advocacy and talking about meeting with your elected representatives. There's a climate science unit, a climate justice unit. It's really well designed. We have a training on it too, so feel free to talk to me afterwards if you'd like to find out more. But I know Sharon and the team put a lot of time in it.
Yeah, if you have if you have or had a high school library, was there information on climate change in those libraries, or what sort of data or information is available to, high school students or whatever? Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, the education thing, so I grew up in Bellevue, which is just south of Omaha. It was a larger district, kind of like urban suburban kind of thing. And so we did not have any specific environment classes, no environmental science. Actually, I technically think there was an environmental science, but I did not hear high praise of it. For the most part, there was a little bit woven into science classes. I remember in elementary school, there was a lot of you should recycle. And I think a lot of the education that I got was definitely outside of the classroom. I wrote for the school newspaper, we would write about it sometimes. And the club, we had an environmental club, and so that's probably the biggest source of information for students. So if you can get students to go to that club and it's a pretty well organized club, then students can learn a lot through that, and you can do it with your friends, so it's low key and fun. There's also an AP environmental science class, which for larger schools is really great to get going. My school did not offer it. I independent studied it though, and just like knowing the curriculum would highly, highly recommend it. It was really helpful for me and just like, I learned so much from that class. So yeah, that's a great one.
So, I don't know if this is a question of public comment, so, you kind of mentioned something about, when, government, related classes has been taught in high school, even when the teacher kind of make mention of it, they kind of try to skip over it. And that brings me to wonder, is it possible that even the teachers themselves don't really know about what to talk about? And that kind of brings that concern that even I think the teaching or the whole extension outreach should even involve the teachers themselves so they can know what to kind of take in from the high school. So just thinking out loud.
Okay, as for the library question, personally did not have time to read during school in high school, so I don't know that much of us have much of an answer to that. I read on my own, like from our, but not from the high school library.
Yeah, so while I was trying to learn about environmental science, I did come across a few books about environmental science that were donated from an environmental organization to our school. But I wouldn't say the books would be books like my age would read. I think it's more of like elementary. They were like picture books that were like 20 pages. So it wasn't the most informative. It just, some of them were just saying like careers in that, but more in like a child way. So it wasn't as informative as being in an organization outside of school. Not sure if a bigger school had more books like that or not, but.
Two things for the library. I unfortunately did not visit my school's library that much, and I can't really talk about that. Most of the books that I got were on my own, so I would just, get books at the bookstore or thrifting or from people, about environmental stuff. For your question, I think, like, at least from my experience in high school, it really varied from teacher to teacher of who was talking about climate change. And if that was it was more of if it was a personal issue for the teacher, then they would talk about it. But it was never built into any of our curriculum. If it was, maybe something skimmed over in a biology class about how the world is changing. But besides that, I would say it would just vary if the teacher was interested in it, wanted to get, their students to know about stuff. I think most of the time it was student-led initiatives. That was how we got sustainability brought on campus. I started the Green Club at my school because we didn't have one. And I know a lot of people that have done that as well. So that is one way to start.
Thank you very much for your involvement. I'm a retired union organizer. And what you're doing is absolutely essential for resolving these issues, is this involvement. When I was a young person, the book that was probably most influential on the environment, I don't even know if it's in the libraries anymore, was called Silent Spring. And I don't know if you guys have read that, but the reason I'm bringing it up is that I think it is an important book. It's an iconic book that we should all kind of make sure, if they have high school libraries, Spirit Lake doesn't have one, but if they have them, we should make sure that certain books are donated or are in, those libraries. That, and I don't know if I don't know anything hardly about this organization that we're here with. I don't know if they have like a literacy project that they work with the schools or whatever, but that might be an area that you folks could get involved in and make sure, use your experience and explain this stuff, because there certainly probably needs to be a whole series of literacy projects in the high schools and in the junior highs to begin to make sure that people are aware that we are in a crisis and there's things being done about it. But anyway, thank you all for your environment. activism and thank all the people here, particularly the retirees that are here. I'm a retiree and some of these people here are, and I think it's absolutely essential that the retirees be involved and hook up with the young people, right? So, thank you.
I'll ditto, but you're really inspirational. So speaking as one of the geezers here, I don't think we can depend on our educational system to do what I'd like it to do, to present this to you. So we actually, what did Jerry Garcia say? Someone has to fix this. It was really pathetic, but it's awesome. We are depending on you and your conversations. You talked a little bit about having conversations. What can you share with us? Your experiences talking to your peers about the environment, what works, what doesn't, how do you approach it?
I would start by saying that, so for me, it's a little bit more easier because a lot of conferences I attend or a lot of people I meet are kind of related to my profession. So we all understand the impact that climate change has on our profession as a plant scientist and even agriculture. And we know that it doesn't stop there because it kind of relates back to the environment, the ecological system. And so for me, it's really easy to strike a climate-related conversation because I kind of surround myself with people who are like that. But even outside that, so the particular example I would like to strike was at the last CCL conference that I attended in Washington, DC, there was a particular guy I met there who now is my friend. He's actually a finance guy, right? And that was his first time with climate-related stuff. He also got to come through the scholarship. So he was also confused, but then we engaged in conversation and I kind of really opened climate to him, not from the very technical standpoint, but trying to like relate it back to me, more like what he can experience personally. So now I think he's trying to do his master's in something related to our finance that can kind of relate back to, yeah, he's trying to do something related to carbon pricing and trying to like make it more of his thesis in his master's this thing. So he actually attends Iowa State University and now from that conference, we the conference with all conference every week, I drive to him to see him. So yeah.
So having conversations with my peers or people that I go to school with has been really difficult. As I've explained, I go to a very rural school and it's like something that gets just swept under the rug and no one really wants to talk about it. So I remember when I was tabling at the festival for my city, there was a lot of people that I knew who'd come up to the table and it'd be more rude and I'd get a lot of comments like, that's not real, you're wasting your time and things like that. And I kind of question, I'm just like, I don't know what makes you believe that, but I have statistics on my word here. But then there's other people who know what it is and they know a little, but they're scared to know more because they know it goes deeper. And that's where it gets scary is because some people don't want to learn about the horrible things happening and they can just stay in their shell. So trying to open that up to people, like some of my friends has been hard. I've had some friends agree with me like, yeah, climate change is something, and then not want to talk about it. So I think to a lot of people, again, it's scary and not a lot of people want to talk about it. But once you do end up having a deeper conversation, and something you can connect with, like we talked about earlier, like talking like a human, it kind of opens up a whole new realm because you learn that it's not only affecting just the atmosphere, but it's affecting you, it's affecting me, and it kind of, that's when it's like, okay, then you learn about something as crazy and huge like this, then you can't really just brush that under the rug, you can't really forget about it. And that's the point where it's like, okay, where's the sign up sheet? And I've had maybe 2 people my age kind of ask more. I'm told, where do you go for these videos? Am I putting in like stand up corner? I'm like, no, don't be shy, it's okay. So I think it's hard and it kind of depends on your background and where you learn your information from, because there's a lot of false information out there. And there's a lot of people who are really hard to persuade even when it comes to the truth.
I think in terms of like younger people, like it doesn't have to start with a really deep conversation. When I did environmental things in high school, was when I was speaking a lot to like people that were outside my career field, right? Like now I'm in classes that are like more specific. But I think that there were 2 like areas where I would talk the most about it. And one was in our club meetings and like trying to get people to go to our sustainability club meetings. And even once they were there, it was like, oh, just like bring a friend, show up, like it's gonna be fun, like we'll have popcorn or something. Like we did a movie night and got pizza and we watched the Lorax. And it's like, well, like the Lorax is teaching good lessons, like it's teaching good environmental lessons. Great movie, would highly recommend. And I think like it's a great conversation starter for people to be able to relate that to like what's going on in the world now. And the other place where I had a lot of those conversations was at a compost bin. Our sustainability club started a lunchroom composting program at my school. And as students, we watched the bins during lunch because kids would try to put the wrong thing in the wrong bin and just wanted to make sure there wasn't a lot of contamination. And so sometimes kids come up to the bins and they like do this really fast and go. But like every once in a while someone comes up and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, and then you're like, oh, like I got you. Like you're already interested. I can put you in. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is cool. It's the sustainability club. Like you should come sometime. Do you have a friend who would want to go with you? Like, and you can kind of like start going from there. But it doesn't have to be like a high key like, I don't know, like doom gloom situation. You can just be like, wanna watch the Lorax with me? Like, yeah, that's what I would say.
For me, talking about climate change with my peers or my friends, I've had a couple of different experiences. One that I think is very prevalent amongst Gen Z is that a lot of Gen Z, when they hear climate change, unfortunately, it's just a very ominous, depressing thing because it can feel very gloomy. It's like, we are born into this and now we are the ones that are gonna have to think of the solutions. Now we are the ones that are gonna have to, advocate and do all this lobbying and fight for, clean air when these major companies really couldn't care less about us. So in some ways, it can be very hard to get the student interested in because they just see it as this very ominous thing. And it can be very overwhelming. And there's students, I think this generation is very involved in national issues and global issues. And so when you add on climate change, it's like there's another thing that a student now feels like they have to take on their shoulders. So I think it's really important that we try and bring the positive and we try to give actual steps and actions that students can take so that way they don't feel like they have to tackle this all on their own. And they don't feel like if they forget to recycle something, the world's gonna burn on fire. So that's one way is just, I've found success in trying to relate climate change to your everyday life of, do you wanna go thrifting? Let's do that. Let's stop buying from fast fashion and let's go look for some cool vintage reusable, clothes. Like Jackie said, a lot of it is just when you're like in a club, when you're in a leadership position on a club, it's creating events that students want to go to, that they want to bring their friends to. So having movie nights, documentary screenings, having speakers. We find a lot of success. Now we're both in Sustain UNL, and which is like the Sustain Club on our campus. we find a lot of events with craft nights. Students like to have that, that expressive art in their lives, so that's something that we do. Craft nights, yeah, so a lot of sustainable crafts. We're working on a fall craft night, so we're gonna collect some fall leaves, make some bookmarks with some art prints on different things, so. Yeah.